How to reach a moderate level of success. I'm not driving a Lambo, I'm not a millionaire, I don't have a Rolex, I don't have a course to sell to you, but I have an amazing life. I'm very happy every single day. I get to enjoy my work. I got to work on some of the biggest projects when it comes to design industry. I retired my parents at the age of 23. Anything I want to buy in a grocery store is free. I can order whatever I want in a restaurant. I have the time to spend with my friends and family. I have a body I always wanted to have, and I get to enjoy the most of my life. I'm filming this video for my younger self, for someone who believes he can achieve more, but doesn't know where to start, doesn't know if it's actually possible. Most of these gurus are telling you you need the Lambo, you need to make 100k per month, you need 10k per month, but they forget the place where you're coming from. I came from Serbia. That is the place where people make 500 euros per month. If I heard someone tell me that I can make 10k per month, I wouldn't believe them at first. It would be super hard for me to believe it because I couldn't see it in my reality. I couldn't see anyone making that kind of money. So I needed to hear advice on how to make 1k per month, then maybe 2k, then 3 or 5. You can't jump from nothing to having millions like everyone is telling you on the internet. So I'm going to tell you my story. I'm genuinely happy every single day, and I want to share the real journey of how you can live the same. I can't teach you how to get millions, but if you want to live a stress-free life, if you want to provide your family with a good life where you don't have to think about every price, where you can afford a vacation anytime you want, where you can experience the most of the life, then watch this video. And I guarantee you, if you listen to every single thing that I'm going to say, if you apply all of these principles, you will reach the same level. So growing up, I was never the person that people could point at and say, this guy will be something. This guy will do something out of his life. I was always one of the worst students. I never had any ambition to do anything because I just didn't align with the school system. I still think that there are many things that could be improved there because not all of us are good in maths, not all of us are good in chemistry, in geographics, history. I was never good at anything. The only thing I was good at was creative things. I always tried to make something out of nothing. Even though all of my external surroundings told me that I will never achieve anything, that I will never live a good life, I never listened to them. I was always kind of crazy to believe that I will be able to achieve something, even though there were no external evidence of how I'm going to do it, of what path I'm going to follow to achieve it. At the age of 13, I really got interested in Photoshop, in design, in photography, videography, and I started learning. I watched YouTube tutorials. All of them were free. I used cracked version of Photoshop. I just committed to it. I was learning every single day. I was 13. I was just a kid going to elementary school. I would finish my school, come home, play around with it, do some photos, do some videos, experiment. And over the years, I got to learn Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects, Premiere Pro, InDesign, Lightroom, Blender, Cinema 4D, Maya, Houdini. I got to learn all of those programs because I was just curious. I just wanted to channel that energy into something. And then people started realizing that I am actually becoming good at it. I started working on some projects. All of them were free. Like first 8 years of my career were working for free. I never got any money out of it. If you were to calculate my hourly rate, it was probably 20 cents per hour. So I was paid miserably, but I never thought about money. I always thought long term and how can I reach the level where I can live off of it. That was my biggest dream when I was young. To live off of doing something that I love and to have the money to retire my parents, to help out my family. Growing up, my parents struggled a lot. My dad was a taxi driver. He worked 7 days a week. I wanted him to not work ever again. I wanted my mom to buy some nice stuff for her. I wanted to be able to provide them with amazing life. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to be able to afford a good camera, to afford a studio like this to afford not thinking about every single dollar that I spent. And at the same time I was volunteering on those projects, I got to learn about mindset, mentality. I got to read my first book at the age of 17, and it was Success Principles by Jack Canfield. That book gave me hope that I, someone who came from nothing, from Serbia, can achieve something in this world. I started to read all of these books about mindset, how to get successful, how to get your life in order. I started training when I was 14. I got very lucky to get into all of this self-development very young. When I was growing up, there weren't as many YouTube channels teaching you how to get your life in order. You had to be in a very dark situation to find those channels, because you literally had to search yourself. How do I get successful? How to start working out? Anything that I wanted to learn, I would use Google and YouTube for it. And I still do. You don't need to pay any courses. You don't need physical mentors. You can have shadow mentors, people who wrote those books, people who are filming that content daily. Use those people to fill your mind with the right mindset. It's very important what you consume. Are you consuming negativity or positivity? If all you consume is positivity, people telling you that you can, people encouraging you, people giving you advice and tips and strategies on how to do it, you will be on the right path. If you actually and genuinely try your best, you will go in the right direction. I listened to Grant Cardone, Tai Lopez, Gary Vee, Ed Mylett, all of these people who achieved something from nothing. It was amazing to relate to someone. If someone else has made it, I could probably make it too. And then I had to work on many projects. I started working at some companies. I started getting my clients, mostly as a video editor, video producer, VFX artist. And at the age of 19, I got to meet my first client. He was a millionaire. At the time, I felt like I was talking to an alien. I never saw someone having that amount of wealth and freedom to enjoy his life. He was in Croatia at the moment, and I invited him to visit Serbia. And even though I was making 500, 600 euros per month, I spent my whole salary on those 3 days because I wanted to take care of him. I wanted him to feel like he came to a nice place. I wanted to be a nice host. I always visualized myself being in that position where I can show them around the city, where I can invite them to some nice dinners, where I can make them feel good around me. I was always delivering more value than what I was paid for. It was both for my clients at the moment, both for me and for my long-term success. I always looked at 10 to 20 years period. I wanted to become successful at the age of 30, at the age of 40. I wasn't trying to get rich in the next month. I wasn't trying to get in shape in the next month. Because if you really want to succeed over the long term, if you really want to have a stable business or a stable career, you need to focus on the fundamentals. You really need to become the person that delivers more than what you're paid for. You need to have the skills. You need to learn how to deliver monetary value to someone, ideally monetary. But when you're first starting, just learn some skill. Learn video editing, learn graphic design, learn how to code. Try to learn things that can make you money. Use YouTube, volunteer, try to find mentors. I promise you, if you work every single day, if you try your best to become better every single day, if you have mentors, if you're reading the books, if you're learning the skills, if you're always trying to over-deliver to your clients, I promise you, you will become more and more successful. You will have more freedom. People will respect you more. You will respect yourself more. You will feel happier. It won't be easy. You will have other things to do in life, like going to college, having a regular job. I had all of those things. I was working full-time when I was 17. When I was 17, I was already working full-time while I was going to high school, while I was going to college, while I was working my 9 to 5 to pay the bills. I was still working on the side so I can get the money to start my own business. And it's all about the value. How much value can you provide to someone is the exact amount of success you'll reach. I want to keep this video general for people in different careers. Not everyone is going to become a motion designer, but I will tell you my path. And if you're smart, you will use the information that I'm going to give you, and you will do the same in your niche. So what got me from an average designer to the top level designer working for those biggest brands? I worked for Amazon, OnePlus, Land Rover, Oreo, Kajabi, Intuit. These are the biggest brands in the world. How I got there? Over delivering. Over delivering. I got my first project working for Kajabi because I was over delivering to those clients. Even before they asked me to work for Kajabi, I was giving them free value every single day. I was doing the weekend work. I still do weekend work for my clients, even though they're not paying for it, even though they are not asking for it. I'm just, here you go, here's an extra value. I thought of the strategy of how we can improve this. Maybe try this. What do you think about this? I'm always trying to make more money to my clients. And people will start liking you. People will respect you. They might not even pay you. They might use you. Many people use me. But I became the person with all of those skills, with that insane work ethic, with that insane mentality to just give. It doesn't matter. I don't care about extra money this month. It won't change my life. My life is already good. But what I'm thinking about is how my life will look like in my 40s. Will I be able to provide my future family with the best life possible? Yes or no? And the answer is yes. And another thing that really helped me was having mentors, real life mentors. I had two who impacted my life the most. If I haven't met them, I wouldn't be here. At least not this early. These guys never asked me for something in return. These guys were not these scammers online. They were not selling courses, $1,000 course on how to get rich. These guys were just a few years ahead of me. They were living the life that I wanted to live. I was so inspired by them and I was just reaching out. I was just honest and polite. I would ask them, hey, I really like what you're doing. Can you please give me any advice? Can you please teach me how to do anything? Or just give me advice on what to search on Google to reach the level of where you are. And I had incredible luck to have these people actually mentor me, to actually give me advice based on my situation, to tell me, okay, now you're struggling to find your clients. Let's adjust your landing page. Perfect, that's done. Okay, now let's adjust your portfolio. Perfect, it's looking good. Now let's adjust your email campaign. How are you going to reach out to those clients? Now let's try doing this. Let's do this. And I had to learn and talk to people who are already where I want to be. It impacted my mindset so much. When you see other people in your inner circle win, have an amazing life, have happiness, have families, have everything that you want to have, you will start to believe it's possible for you. And then you will put even more work into it. And just don't get me wrong, you will have to work 12 hours per day. You will have to do 80 hours weeks, but it's totally worth it. When I was younger, I worked in a grocery store. My salary was 400 euros per month. Not to mention people being rude to you, your boss disrespecting you, you waking up tired, not being able to take care of your family. So if I'm choosing between that and working more but having all of that freedom and enjoying my life, I would always choose working more. And that's going to happen in the beginning. Once you have some value, once you have the skills, you won't have to work as much. Another very important thing is to define your goals very, very detailedly. You need to go into every single detail. What is your main goal? When do you want to achieve it? How can you measure you achieving your goals? For example, if you want to get in shape, how many kilograms do you want to have? How fast do you want to get to that point? What is the process of how you're going to achieve it? Think about all of these things. You should create a vision board. You should write down your goals every single day. You should talk to people who are ahead of you. Don't have ego. Don't think it will come very easily. Don't think you can get successful in 1 or 2 months. And also think about what success means to you. Because some people value success in private jets, in yachts, in Lambos, in Rolexes. But on the other side, some people would be extremely happy if they could afford food every single day, if they could pay for their basic needs. And that is just the money. Life is not just about the money. I love this philosophy from Tai Lopez. He mentions 4 pillars of having an amazing life. First one is health. Are you healthy? Do you have any diseases? Are you taking care of your body? Do you think of what you eat? Do you train? The second one is wealth. Can you afford a nice life for your family? Can you not worry and be stressed every single day about money? The third one are relationships. Do you have a wife? Do you have friends? Do you have family? Do you have people you care about, people who care about you? Do you have people you can genuinely laugh with, whether you have or not have the money? Most of my friends are still day one friends. We grew up with nothing, but we were always laughing, we were always happy about things. We would literally buy a $1 cola and we would buy 4 glasses, plastic glasses, and we would drink and have fun, have amazing night out. It's not just about the money. Do you have the people around you? Do you want to have family one day? Do you want to have kids? And the fourth pillar is happiness. Once you have the first 3, it's unreasonable not to be happy. If you're healthy, if you're financially secure, if you have good people around you, it's really, really stupid not to be happy. And I'm waking up every single day happy. Some days I'm not as hyped, but when someone asks me, how is my day going? I always say, this is the best day of my life. And once you start repeating that sentence, every day actually becomes the best day of your life. So to wrap up this video, I just want to tell you that it is possible for you. If you have internet, if you have a computer or phone, you can absolutely make it. It won't be easy. You will have to learn the skills. You will have to listen to the right mindset, listen to success podcasts, listen to those audiobooks, listen to people who are already living the life that you want to live. Just put in the work. Just be the hardest working person in any room. Just be the guy who's always on time, who's always trying to deliver more, who's not watching the clock and asking your boss for overtime. Just be a good person. Try to help out people. Try to be better every single day in every area, not just money. Go train. Have fun with your friends. Enjoy life. That is my definition of what good life is, and I'm actually living it. So that means you can do it as well. If you're stuck, if you don't know where to start, write me a comment. I will link you to some of the books. I will link you to some of the videos that changed my life. I will always be there for people who want to change their life, who want to become better. It doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old. The only thing that matters is that you want to make this first step. On this channel, I will be posting VSL and ad strategies, design tutorials, mindset videos. I want to share as much value as possible to the world, even for my future clients, for people who are below me, who want to get to my level. My goal is always to deliver more value to people, and this YouTube channel is just the beginning of it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.